Good morning, friends, and welcome to another daily dose from your Covid Chaplain. A big g'day from Australia. And wherever you are, whatever circumstances you're going through, may my inputs every day just be an encouragement to you, something that blesses you spiritually, encourages your heart, maybe gives some thoughts to your mind, and particularly motivates you to get through your day successfully. And so I trust you enjoy my smiling face and some of the things that I share with you. I talked to you earlier in the week about this haircut of mine. I'm not particularly appreciating some of the Aussie humour that's being thrown at me about my once-a-year haircut and all that sort of stuff. But it's just nice to be able to be here ready for the warmer weather that we're getting. I feel sorry for those people that are heading into winter around the world. It's not my favourite season. But go ahead and enjoy whatever situation you are in. I picked up a thought a couple of days ago about opportunity. And we talked about an opportunity day. And my sense is that because of what's happening right now at this season of the year and focused around the American elections, God is speaking to me and confirming to me that he actually plans to fulfill a change. It's not a change of regime, for instance, in America. If Donald Trump continues in his presidency, I mean, he was already there, so it's not like a change in physical circumstances so much as a change in the heavenlies. And that change in the heavenlies is going to filter through and change us all radically. I want to use an example to maybe show you what I mean by that. There's a great storyteller in Otto Koning, a missionary that went into Irian Jaya, which is the west part of Papua New Guinea. And he was working there many, many years ago amongst tribes. And one particular tribe he had to deal with was incredibly oppressed by fear. I mean, even for him to go and visit the village, he was filled with fear. The people in the village, if they were going to go hunting, would never go out on their own. They went out in groups. There was just this terrible fear over the whole of the village. And Otto had heard about the place. He made an epic journey there. He tells all the humour of the story of how he got there and all the things that made him afraid in just going to visit the village. But he went and he shared with them about Jesus and God setting us free and how our faith in Jesus gives us a whole new life. And he preached in that place, and the people responded and accepted the gospel, the good news of Jesus. But then he had to return to his home country because his wife wasn't well, and so he never went back to that place again. He personally had finished his missionary career because of his wife's health. Many, many, many years later, he took his teenage son, who's just been really young at the time in that place, took him back to visit the places where he'd been. And in the process, he was heading out to see this village and see what had happened. And he came across a young fella, just a lad. And the lad was out hunting pig, wild pig. He was hunting on his own. And Otto was kind of shocked. He said, "Where are the rest of the people that are with you?" He said, "I'm on my own." "Well, aren't you afraid to go out on your own?" No, I do it all the time. We all just go out and do whatever we want to do on our own. What's the problem? And Otto was thinking, this is such a radical shift. This is so entirely different to the way that the people from this village had been when he visited them all those years earlier. So he got out to the village and met with the people and found that they had an entirely different atmosphere. Instead of being under fear and only ever doing things in groups for safety's sake, all of that had lifted. The gospel of Jesus Christ going into that village had broken something evil that was like a blanket blanketing that place. And the lifestyle of the people was entirely different. They were just enjoying things they should have enjoyed all the way along. If your life was blanketed, would you know it? Probably not, because you'd say, I'm just doing what everyone else is doing. I'm just ordinary. This is normal. And you would think it was. But if things began to change in the heavenlies, there would be a new normal. A new normal. And so today I want to maybe declare this new normal day. Because the things that were seen, or maybe unseen, but the things that were happening in the heavenlies that were creating what to us seemed normal, like that terrible fear over that village, as those things are lifted off, we have the opportunity to live a new normal. Now, the COVID scaremongering is telling us that living with masks and living with lockdown and living with restrictions is going to be the new normal. That's not the new normal. God determines what's normal, not man. Why, when God moves by his Spirit, far more powerful than what politicians or researchers or anyone else comes up with. And this is Opportunity Week. There is the opportunity for you, for your family, for your heart, for your relationships with those people close to you, for your business, for your community, for your politics in your land. A new normal coming, a God-ordained normal, not one imposed by misinformation or imposed by confusion or imposed by leaders who wish that they could just rule you like a dictator. No, those things are being broken. This is opportunity season. God is changing things in the heavenlies. I talked yesterday about how when you go into battle and the small band begins to win a victory, the other people that weren't in the army suddenly decide to come and join in because they're encouraged that there's a new possibility that wasn't seen before. All they could see before was we'll all get killed. But by seeing the victory, they come and join in, and the routing of the enemy is so much more powerful. This is the kind of stuff that's happening in the heavenlies right now, and it's happening in your town. It's happening in your family. It's happening in your home. There is a change in the heavenlies, and it's a beautiful and positive change. It's an opportunity season that's being given to you. And so a whole new normal of your peace, of your joy, of your freedom, of your ability to relax and relate to other people, with fear lifting off you, with depression lifting off you, with oppression from rulers or people who want to make your life difficult, lifting off you. So receive that as a word from the Lord, that this is a new normal day, and you grab a hold of God's new normal. And every time you hear something about people saying, oh, this kind of conditions that you're under are the new normal, you say, no, it's not. God sets the new normal, and it's a normal of freedom, of joy, of victory. It's a new normal of enormous possibilities as the enemy is routed. So God bless you, friends. I want you to receive that. Once again, it's like a very prophetic week. I think several days now I've actually spoken with a kind of a prophetic urgency to your heart. Receive this word. Listen to it again. Go back and listen to the ones from earlier in the week and let them speak to your spirit that God is doing something wonderful and it benefits you. Receive that with joy and keep it in mind with all the different things that you're doing today. And as you do, may God bless you.